Hi friends, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. I'm so glad you could stop by today. I have this cute little travel tic-tac-toe game that I want to make. I thought, wow, this is super cute just to have on your coffee table, to put in the car if you have grandkids, to give as a gift, just many uses for it. When the kids are bored, just give them this little bag full of goodies and they can play tic-tac-toe. It's really simple to make, so I wanted to share it with you today. I'm going to turn you down a little bit so you can see where I'm working and I can show you all the product that I'm using. Okay, let's get started. The stamp set that I used for this project is called Meant to Be. I have used it a ton. In fact, I've kind of neglected all my other stamps because I love this set so much. I have to put it away after today, I really do, and I have to start using some other things. And then the other thing I used for this project are the framelits that you can buy as a bundle. So you can get the stamp set and the framelits as a bundle in the new occasions catalog. I used this heart for the project today. These are all scalloped and stitched. These are plain in another shape. This big one has stitching in it that it just stitches the paper, so it doesn't actually cut it out, it just stitches the paper, I believe. You know, I have to maybe never mind on that one. I'm not quite sure, so I don't want to give you some wrong information, but I do see the stitching on it. And if that's not enough, these framelits are also in the pack. This one, when you run it through, it cuts out all these hearts. So if you need a bunch of little hearts, you've got them all at once. These are very ornate, and they have this one has the stitching on it, and this little flower is absolutely adorable when you back it up against some solid cardstock. So maybe a white heart or a red heart, and then this in another coordinating color placed on top. It's absolutely gorgeous. So those are the stamps and the framelits that I used. And I used the black, let me put my glasses on so I can read it right for you, the basic black ribbon, satin ribbon. Okay. I used cherry cobbler, which is my favorite red. I had some of the little Santa bags that were left over from Christmas time in the holiday catalog, so I have those. What else did I use? Some tear and tape is a necessity for this project, and also your Tombow multi-purpose glue. Some sharp scissors so you can cut your ribbon, your Big Shot along with your framelit dies, and a piece of scrap Whisper White cardstock to do your stamping on. Now, this little heart here with the stripes in it, the pinstripes, is the one I used, and I inked it up with the cherry cobbler ink. Tap, 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 finger right over the stamp so you get pressure there. Press down, hold your paper and lift, and you have a perfect image every time if you follow those steps. Then when you cut out this heart using the framelit that I talked about, this little guy here, you just line it up, set it on your Big Shot and run it through, and it cuts out this cute little heart with this white stitched edging around it. Just love it. Okay. Then I also just used, one thing I forgot to mention, I did use cherry cobbler cardstock also, and I used the same heart. I just, one color though, so without stamping, just ran it through the Big Shot, and then you have a solid red heart. You need 5 of each, so you need 5 of the stripe, and you need 5 of the solid. Okay, then I have some this is old cardstock. It was thick, and I doubled it. I folded it in half. But I would use probably the thick white cardstock if you don't have a thick cardstock or a thin cardboard to use. You could do that. You could try that. I put my framelit on here. Let me bring my big shot up so you can see. And I just put my cardstock folded in half into my big shot, place in the framelit, get it where it's tight, and run it through. Run it back because I've got two pieces of cardstock there. Well, one piece of cardstock folded in half. So I want to make sure that it went through all the way. And then punch it out. And you have two craft hearts. And I have a whole bunch of paper left over so I can keep doing that. The reason I wanted these hearts is I want my hearts to be thicker than just one piece of cardstock. So I took the craft ones and cut them out, 2 for each one of these hearts. So 2 for this one, 2 for this one. And I put glue on both. And when you're doing this, ladies, you should use your silicone mat, because if it flips over or you get the glue off the edges or something, then you're going to get your mat full of glue. You'll have a little bit of a mess. But if you're working on your silicone sheet, then you won't have that mess. Okay, so those two, I'm going to let that get tacky for just a second. And let's go over to the ribbon while that's getting tacky. The ribbon, I turn it over. I see how I want to use it. So I want to use it like this. I just cut it at an angle, flip it over to the back side, and this is where your tear and tape comes over. Now I'm going to tell you to kind of measure, not lay it right on and cut it while it's on the ribbon. Kind of measure, tear it here, and then place it onto the ribbon. And the reason I do that is because if you place it on the ribbon and then tear it off, you might pull too close to the edge here and fray that, and then you won't have a nice crisp edge. The next thing you need to do to get this tape off easily is use your bone folder and just go right over this really well. Okay, so mine are all done here. Let me just go over with the bone folder. And this rubbing, burnishing with the bone folder is going to make sure I can take this tape off really well. Now this is tacky, so I'm going to now set the red heart on top. Now why I like it to be tacky but not dry is it's not going to slip and slide all over for me, but if it's not in the exact right spot, it's still going to allow me to move it. See that? It's tacky enough to grab it, but still a tad bit slippery to let me move it around and get it perfect. So we need 5 of these. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 of these made the same exact way. Okay, all right, so let's take our bag now. I have the drawstring side to my right. I know we're backwards here for you. And I'm just going to take my ribbon and I start to peel right in the middle. Do you see how easy that is? You'll see, or you might have some difficulties with tear and tape if you don't burnish and you don't peel from the middle. I see a lot of people using tools and having problems with it, but see how easy that is? There's no trickery here. The trick of the trade is to burnish and peel from the middle. So I hope that takes away a lot of heartache that you may have had with tear and tape in the past. Now I'm making my little tic tac toe pattern here on the front of my bag. And I love the contrast of the black with the red and the white stripes. Okay, let's see. I would like this just a little bit over, just a hair. And so see how nice that is that if you make a mistake, you can peel it right back up without any problem. Then you might want to burnish it again just to make sure it's stuck really well. All right, now you can play tic-tac-toe with someone and see, whoops, yeah, that, yep, there you go. Block it until someone wins. Now, because these are thicker, they're not going to, get torn up really easy. But if that's not the cutest little game, so simple and fun for the children, even for adults. My mom lives with me, and if she gets bored and we're sitting watching television, I can just pull this over and say, hey, Mom, you want to play some tic-tac-toe? And I like it just a little bit, just pull just a little bit. I don't like it a lot because I don't want it to wrinkle up the ribbon too much. And there is your cute little bag. Dump out all your little hearts and play your special little tic-tac-toe with whoever you're with. Isn't that a simple project? I just love it. I think it's adorable. I've got 3 of them made here. I'm having lunch with 2 special ladies next Friday, and we're each bringing 2 items to share. We're all demonstrators. In fact, they're my manager upline and my upline, and I'm just hoping, I don't think they go to my blog. So I hope they don't, because I don't want to ruin the surprise for Friday. But I had to share with you because maybe I'll send them both an email and say, do not go to my blog for the next week and a half. Until after we meet. Then you can go to my blog all you want. Okay, ladies. Again, the Meant to Be bundle. It's what I used. Craft cardstock for the backing of the hearts. Cherry cobbler, white cardstock. Cherry cobbler ink. A bone folder, Terran tape, Tombow glue, and some sharp scissors to cut your ribbon. The black ribbon, satin ribbon. Oh, and your silicone mat. If you don't have one of those, it really makes your life much easier. Enjoy your day, and thanks for stopping by. Take care.